Good evening. I'm going to call this meeting of Peters Township Council to order for Monday, September 22nd, 2025. Mr. Lauer, can you please call the roll?
Dr. Carrasco will not be here tonight. Mr. Curry will not be here tonight. I have not heard from Ms. Shenefeld. Mr. Thigel?
I'm here.
Mr. Kozer? Here. Mr. Lewis?
Here.
Mr. Rice?
Okay, I'll rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll let the record reflect that Mrs. Shanafeld is here. So we move into the first item, which will be approval of the minutes.
So moved. Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Any additions or corrections? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we do have an item under special reports. We'll be dealing with the Peters Township Library's summer reading program. So, Lacey, it's up to you.
Okay, hold on.
It's this way. Yeah. It's,
Okay. Good evening. Thank you so much for welcoming us. For those of you who maybe don't remember me, I am Shannon Polly. I'm head of youth services. And Paul had mentioned to Lacey about kind of in the middle of summer reading when he saw how successful everything was going, that it'd be great to kind of come in and just have a chance to share that with everybody. We had honestly what I believe was our most successful summer. I've been at the library for about 13 years, so I've been there for many summers, and I feel very strongly it was one of our busiest. And on paper, it was our busiest, at least as far as since we've adopted the application Beanstack, which is what we use to record our summer reading participation. We always start at the beginning of the summer. Usually, it's always the first Saturday of June with our summer reading kickoff. This was our largest, almost doubled from the previous year. We had 650 participants with more than 1,500 items checked out that day, and which was our highest circulation dates, one of our highest circulation dates of the year. During the event, we brought back Josh and Gab, which is a local singing duo. They've been performing in our library for many years, and just in the last couple of years have always done summer reading. They have a really like fun, fast-paced, like inspirational music that they do for the kids. The summer reading theme nationally was called Color Our World, so it had a lot to do with the arts. So we had the Andy Warhol Museum come in, and the people you can see in the one picture there, they were doing printmaking. And then we also had like some reading goodie bags, which as soon as the kids sign up, they get a goodie bag full of coupons from local vendors, little swag, if you will, from our summer reading vendor with like stickers, tattoos, things like that, that they get just for signing up for the program. And our adults also get a little goodie bag as well. And then we had some passive craft activities going on throughout the day too.
So at the summer reading kickoff, we also annually announce the winners of our bookmark design contest. This is done in partnership with the 84 Lumber Sign Shop. It's a really great partnership. They kind of approached us. We had 300 plus entries this year, which more than doubled from participation last year. And the 84 Sign Shop is a great partner to have for this, because for all of the winners across all age groups, they will print the actual bookmarks really nicely. The winners can take them home. We have them on display at the library. They make up little awards for them. So it's just a really nice event. So you can see there some of the bookmarks that we had printed in the top right, and then the awards ceremony.
Our school district is great about pushing the bookmark contest for us too. They send home flyers about that to all the students. So we also partner with a lot of different local organizations throughout the summer, so which makes like the different kind of change of pace for our programming that we're able to offer. So we were able to bring in the Carnegie Museum of Natural History. They did a program on dinosaurs this summer, so kids actually got to see real artifacts from the museum. We had the National Aviary at the library. We had the Pittsburgh Zoo, Pittsburgh Puppet Works, Goldfish Swim School, which you see there. Magician Steve Haberman, WQED of Pittsburgh. We brought in a local artist that offered free art classes for students. We did a painting class and a drawing class that was over a period of 6 weeks. We also brought in a local STEM teacher that offered free STEM classes for our tweens. And we also partnered with our community helpers. So the fire station came to all of our story times. We had Officer Mallory come to all of our story times. We also had the Washington Area Humane Society come to the library this summer. You've seen some of those pictures there. And one of the things that I always try to stress to our attendees is that all these programs are offered for free. We don't charge anything for our programs. So, to be able to go to the library and get to see a animal or meet a, see the fire station come, or see a dinosaur artifact, like that's so like right here in your right here at our public library is pretty awesome.
So we also took the library on the road this summer. We represented the library at community events like Peters Township Community Day, the Washington County Summer Reading Extravaganza at Mango Creek Park. We were at multiple farmers markets. We went to a movie in the park. We went to the Peters Township Night at the Washington Wild Things game. And we were able to reach more than 1,800 people through community outreach events. So we just, we take activities, we take information about the library, our programs, takeaways, bookmarks, stickers, whatever the case may be. So lots of tie-dye this year in all of these pictures is the common theme. So just some numbers from the summer. So this is just for June, July, and August. I want to stress that. We had almost 300 programs across all age groups, almost 6,000 attendees, an average of 475 people in the library every day, so that's 36,000 people coming through our doors just for June, July, and August. We handed out almost 300 halfway prizes, which is a free book that the kids get to take home when they reach their halfway point, 150 prize baskets, 125 bingo prizes for the adults. And if you'll recall, when we had talked about our study with HBM and kind of some of the recommendations that they made for the building, one of those suggestions was in the Youth Services Department creating a dedicated children's programming space instead of having to kind of share other areas of the library. So we went back and took a look at our programs that we offered this summer, and 80 of those 290 programs could have been held in that proposed children's programming space, freeing up other areas of the library and kind of alleviating some of those scheduling concerns. And then here you can just see, since 2021 through the current year, how much our summer reading participation has increased across all age levels. So we, for birth through 18, had 580 participants this year. You can see how much they read and tracked through that Beanstack app that Shannon mentioned. And we had 217 adult participants, which has really grown significantly over the past couple of years as well. Okay. So any questions about any summer reading, youth services, programming? We got a lot going on, that's for sure. So we hit September and we just kind of all have a breath of relief, like, okay, we're sending them back to school, it's their problem now, we can have September and just kind of regroup and take a minute.
That's great, well, thank you.
Yeah, and then in the past couple weeks, actually, we've seen a huge, we took like literally 2 weeks off, and then Shannon had all of the 4th grade classes from McMurray Elementary come back to the library to do their field trips. And so now the 4th and 5th graders have been walking over after school every day to come do homework and hang out in the youth services department. And that's a really great partnership that we would like to continue annually as well.
And they all become card holders too, which is exciting. That's kind of a goal, is to have all the students in the district become card holders. And with the 4th grade field trip, with parental permission, of course, students are able to sign up for a library card that way when they come after school, they can check out their own materials and things. So
This summer I had the pleasure of running into Mrs. Lee, and I hope you realize who she is.
Yes.
She served here for decades, I think.
Yeah.
And she's very excited with regard to how we've been able to continue what she
Your
considered.
library, the Township's library isn't just the best library offering in Washington County. The reality is that in the southwestern Pennsylvania area, this library is a premier facility. That the amount of programming that comes out of that library, given the staffing levels in the library, always amazes me, and they do just an absolutely incredible job.
When we were looking at our statistics, I saw that we did almost 300 programs this summer. I kind of had to do a double take. And I was like, no, actually, that makes sense. We were very busy.
it was busy, yeah.
So
But
thank you very
we love
much.
it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then Paul just asked me to mention really quick, I have some takeaways for you guys. So on November 6th, we have our annual Novel November event, which we partner with the Library Foundation for. This year, we're bringing S.A. Cosby. He wrote All the Sinners Bleed, Razorblade Tears. He's kind of like a crime thriller mystery writer from Virginia, New York Times bestseller. So ticket sales just went on, started a week and a half ago, and I think we're at about 150 tickets sold already. We'll probably get to somewhere between 300 and 400 ticket sales, and we host that event over at the Peters Township High School auditorium. So if maybe that sounds up your alley, we've got a big display right in the lobby of all of his books. You can come check that out. And even if you're not interested, it's still a really great event just to hear him, hear our authors talk about their writing process and any adaptations they might have in the work, things like that. So
And how many years has this been going on now?
this is our 8th annual held in November.
And I will tell you, there are no other libraries in southwestern Pennsylvania bringing in nationally recognized authors for speaking series.
And then the brochure is just our fall children's, tweens, and teens programs that we have from September through November, just so you can kind of see, even though summer reading is done, we've still got, a huge amount, absolutely, of children's programming coming up. Okay, any other questions?
You have the War College at all on your agenda for another visit?
We had them, they usually come in the late winter, like February, March. So I'm not sure if they're on the agenda yet for 2026, but we did have them this past year, I believe.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a great annual program as well. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Lisa.
All right, we'll move into audience comments. Now is an opportunity for a member of the audience to address council for up to 5 minutes on a non-agenda item.
John McCarthy, 105 Greenbrier Drive. There was construction in Bethel Park for new houses, and they stripped the land up north between McMurray Road and the trail. I live on Greenbrier Drive, and there's a stream along that road. For 35 years, I've been able to walk out and watch the schools of minnows, and it's been nothing but mud since that construction started, and I don't see any minnows now. I wish I had come sooner when that had happened, but better late than never.
Yeah, so that's going to be, I guess, Allegheny County that would have jurisdiction over that.
Well, it'd be Bethel Park and the Allegheny County Conservation District.
The watershed is running into our stream.
Well, I understand that, but the permitting for that would be Bethel Park and the Allegheny County Conservation
So they
District.
would have the enforcement authority.
Yes.
Is it possible, can you reach out to Bethel Park and put
Sure.
them on notice on that?
I can do that.
Perfect.
And we have contacts at the Conservation District. We can reach out to them as well.
Okay.
Thank you, John.
Okay, thank you. And thank you for funding the library. I always enjoy it when I go.
Anybody else from the audience wish to address council? John?
John Binsey, 105 Honeytree Court. Here just to ask for a little bit of help. I live over where the new Eddie Holmes plan is going in. I just happened to notice this on the way home, so I'm just asking for help. I don't know what their ENS plan looks like. I know what it typically is like for publicly funded projects, but I'm not sure what the engineers reviewed or what was approved or put in their permit. Doesn't seem like they're doing such a great job. It's been really dry and windy, I get it. It's what we're going through, but there are huge clouds of dirt blowing by. It doesn't affect me as much, although like I'm getting dirt coated like on my deck and on my grill. It's my fault, I probably should have covered it. But the folks up like in Alex O'Neill and like Sarah Kennedy's neighborhood like have significantly more. I took some pictures. I don't know how to get those to you. And it just happened this evening. So I guess my only ask is, can someone just look into that just to at least make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to? Because, that's simple with a water truck. I'm on construction sites. Just last week it was nighttime. Mascaro's running this project. There's nobody around in the middle of the city, and they're, making sure the dust doesn't come up. So that's just my same ask, sort of along the same here. Sarah mentioned something about like them not having the socks around the edge, if it rains, the same thing might happen into, the stream of the bathtub in my backyard. But that's just my ask, if someone can just check on that for me, because I'm just not familiar with what got approved and all that stuff. And if you need the pictures, I can show you. Just let me know where to send them.
Yeah, Mark's email address is on the webpage.
All right, appreciate it.
That'd be helpful. Any other comments? Okay, then we will move into new business. The first item will be acceptance of the resignation from Seychelle Baldina from the zoning hearing board.
I'll make a motion that we accept Shashal Baldina's resignation with regrets and thank her for her service.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 5-0 on that one. Next will be appointment of replacement to the Peters Township Zoning Hearing Board.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to move that we table this to allow for further consideration.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second on that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Next, we're going to set a date for the public hearing for amending the 2025 budget. I think we're setting the second meeting in October?
No, the first meeting in October.
October 13th.
So moved.
Second, anybody?
No second.
Okay, motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Next, we'll entertain a resolution authorizing submission of an application to Commonwealth Financing Authority's statewide local share account program for the renovation of the soccer fields at Petersville Park.
The statewide local share program opens up this fall. Our intention is to make an application for both the soccer field as well as the Briarcliff project. The reason why it's $1 million although, on both of these is that that's the amount that can be funded through the LSA program. So.
All right, I'll make a motion that we approve resolution number 090125, authorizing the appropriate township officials to apply for and accept a grant under the Commonwealth Financing Authority statewide local share account program for improvements to the soccer field in Peterswood Park.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Any further discussion on that? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
All right, I'll also make a motion that council approve resolution number 09-02-25, authorizing the appropriate township official to apply for and accept a grant under the Commonwealth Financing Authority statewide local share account program for the repairs on Briarcliff Drive.
Okay, a second on that, anybody?
Second.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 5-0. And finally, move on, authorization of the appropriate township officials to execute a release and participation agreement on behalf of Washington County related to the opioid settlement agreement.
So council may recall, I think it was 3 years ago that you entered into a similar agreement with regard to the opioid settlement as related to the pharmacies. What this does is that it releases Purdue Sackler from a lawsuit from the township and incorporates the settlement into that which Washington County would receive. I think it makes sense. It isn't the township's going to enter into litigation with Purdue Sackler at this point, and the thing that I would remind you of is that it was these type of funds that allowed Washington County to at least partially offset our social services coordinator who's working in the police department. So.
Somebody look at
All right, I'll make a motion that we authorize the appropriate township officials to execute the subdivision participation and release form as requested by Washington County.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Yeah, that carries 5-0. Moving to payroll and bills.
Mr. Chairman, I've reviewed the payroll and bills, find them to be in order. I move they be approved as submitted.
Okay, motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? That's 5-0. Don't see anything under correspondence, so we'll move into reports. Does anybody wish to discuss anything under the reports?
I do not.
Okay, seeing nothing, doesn't look like there's anything in miscellaneous.
Well, before you move off of miscellaneous, we wanted you to be aware that tomorrow night there'll be an open house in relation to the comprehensive land use plan. It's going to be held over at the training room in the police department, and it will be from 6
to 8.
Another item I almost forgot. Can we get an update? You may even have it now on the cell tower on Druid Drive, what the status of that is.
To be honest with you, there's been dead silence on that. It's set to go. They have a requirement to meet with us prior to construction. So one of the things I was going to do this week is to reach out to them and find out where they are, because I would assume that this is occurring in October or early November.
All right.
They did submit a bond to us like we requested.
Okay.
That's the only
That's
action.
the only
What
thing.
would that end up being, 50?
Yeah.
Were we able to reach out to like Verizon to see if they have any interest in improving the cell service in Peters Township?
There's an interest on everybody's part on that cell tower location behind the middle school, and that would solve lots of problems. But to be able to do that, we need a change in the zoning up there. So, from that perspective, Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T are all interested. One thing, talking to the school district, I think what makes sense up there is rather than to have any one of the carriers put a tower there, to get someone like Crown Castle or somebody who will actually rent to all three of them. So,
Absolutely.
okay. But it's on our list. We just haven't got to it. It's just in the planning department right now, and I don't offer this necessarily as an excuse. We went without an assistant planning director for a period of time, and Mark's been wearing many hats at this point, and we have a assistant planner who has now started, and so hopefully we can get back to that.
Great. Anything under next agenda?
I just have a question. A long time ago, we decided that we were going to get replacement recycle bins. Is that something that's going to happen in 2025?
It is not going to happen in 2025 because the grant has not opened up. And we need to wait till that grant opens up because
Absolutely.
you
Don't
could
spend
get as
money
much as
ourselves.
90% financing from the state. If we go on our own,
No,
we're
don't even
looking
talk
at
about it.
$550,000 to replace those.
Okay, we'll move on to that. All right. Anything else next agenda, miscellaneous? Anybody? Nope. Okay, see nothing. We do have an executive session. Otherwise, this meeting is adjourned.
I was more concerned that